Happy Friday, everyone. It is 8:45 in the morning. I actually slept in today just a little bit. Normally I get up at about 10 after 7. The alarm goes off at 7 and I snooze till about 10 after, or until I hear the coffee maker start to go off. I did take a sleeping aid last night and it really did help for the most part. A couple times where I woke up, but it really helped me to kind of fall right back to sleep again. So I'm still tired this morning, which it's just because of the sleeping pill. I always feel really groggy the next day. Let's see if can I do this one-handed? Can I? No, I'll be back. I'm back. Yeah, sleeping pills always end up making me feel groggy the next day. I know when I took a Gravol, I'll never forget, my first 2 hours in Japan are a bit hazy for me because I took a Gravol, which is like, what is it in the States? Starts with a D. No. I don't remember the name, but it's basically what you would take for motion sickness. But in Canada, we have Gravol. And it really kind of drugs me up for a really long time. And I took an extra strength sleeping aid last night, not Gravol, but it kind of affects me the same way. But what I've decided to do is I'm just gonna take it easy for the rest of the weekend, starting today. I do have some work to do, but thankfully it's one of those days. Well, I'm grateful every day that I get to work from home, but today more so because I'm gonna take my laptop up. I'm busy, Job. I'm busy. I'm busy. I'm busy. Do you mind? I'm gonna take my laptop upstairs onto the love seat and just kind of work on and off today. And then I ended up having to cancel plans for tomorrow night. Alan couldn't go anyway, and because I just don't know what I'm gonna be like in the evenings, I decided to cancel, which sucks because it's a 1980s murder mystery party we were really hoping to go to, but I'm just being such a party pooper at this point in time. I just think I'll be useless and not be able to get into the game, and I feel horrible. I really wanted to go, but I can't do it right now, and especially because on Sunday, my mom's coming up and we're gonna be out all day at a baby show. I need to reserve some energy. So the only real thing I want to get done today is to make some soup. And the only reason I'm harping on making the soup is because I have a lot of fresh vegetables that are going to start to go off if I don't make it soon. So I'm going to at least make the minestrone today, and then tomorrow hopefully the butternut squash soup, because that can wait a little bit longer. So I think that's going to be the plan for today. I'm actually not going to work out today. I may... You're catching Job in rare form. I think he's about to get crazy on my ass. Hey, buddy? Yeah. Anyway, so that's the plan for the day. I think this is for the best. Just take a couple of days and just allow myself to rest. And no, you're missing it. He's going rangy. Just to rest for a few days, and then hopefully by Monday I'll have a bit more energy to get right back into it. So I'll catch in with you guys later. Alright, so it's just after 1 o'clock and I am having to do something today. I'm feeling a little bit more energized than I was this morning. I think the sleeping pill finally wore off. But this morning was just horrible. I was basically on the couch just falling asleep for the majority of the morning. I got a little bit of work done, but nothing crazy. And I had to do something. So I at least got changed. No, I have not showered. I know that probably having a shower would also help to perk me up a little bit, but at this point in time, I'm just too damn lazy to have a shower. But I am sucking it up. I'm not gonna let it get to me, and I'm gonna at least do something today, and that something is making some damn soup. So we are gonna make some soup today. We are making a vegetable minestrone so that I can batch cook, and doing that now so that the vegetables don't go bad over the next couple of days. And it's just kind of all I'm still super tired, but at this point it's all kind of a mindset. I'm just doing the best I can to keep up some energy so that I can at least do something, because at least moving around a little bit, I may not be the most social person right now, but at least doing something is gonna perk me up a little bit more than sitting around watching videos all day, because that's just gonna make me more tired, right? So we are going to make classic minestrone with pesto, although the pesto is added just before serving, so I'm not going to bother with the pesto. I'm just going to put a little note on the containers to say add pesto when serving. And doesn't look like it's all that difficult. You basically just cut everything up and add everything. And slowly start adding everything and letting it simmer for a good hour. So, you know what, it's gonna be, I think it's exactly what I'm gonna need to do right now as far as energy goes. A little bit of work and then a whole lot of waiting. So this is probably the most energetic I'm gonna be for the day. If I'm really feeling up to it, I might try the other soup, but I don't wanna push it. I think my body just really needs to relax right now and re-energized. So I'm just gonna make this. Alan has to go to work in a few, so I'm on my own again tonight. I have no idea what I'm gonna do with my time. This is the most frustrating part when it comes to this kind of fatigue and low energy. It's because there's so much that I want to do, I just don't have the energy to do it. Like, I want to do everything and I want to do nothing all at the same time. And I think part of it is just getting frustrated at being, I'm just tired of being tired, because this has been like this for what, 2.5, 3 weeks now. And it just goes to show, you know, like, pregnancies are all different. And, you know, knock on wood, my pregnancy has been very well. I mean, if this is all there is to it at this point, I'm not complaining at all, but it is a little frustrating when things do need to get done and I want to get stuff done. This is the kind of time in your life where you have to just let go and just go with the flow, right? So anyway, so I'm gonna do that now, and I will check back in with you to let you know how the soup is going and whether or not it's worth making in the future. Again, this is another recipe from the, oh, you can't even see it, from the Complete Italian Vegetarian Cookbook by Jack Bishop. So it's classic minestrone with pesto. And it just has all fresh ingredients in it and some olive oil. That's pretty much it. So looking forward to that, and I will check in with you guys later. Okay, so I have everything ready to go into the soup. This has been quite the feat here. I'm very weird when it comes to cooking things. I always have to pre-chop everything before I start cooking. I don't know why, I just do. And so this has like leeks, carrot, celery, and onion. All that has to go in first. And then there's zucchini, over here zucchini, potato, and chopped tomato. And then later I'll, once that's in, I'm gonna drain the cannelloni. But I realized, because I keep forgetting that I'm actually doubling up my soup, that it calls for 7 cups of veggie stock. And I'm like, okay, well that's fine. I got, you know, enough, and I did get enough. Don't eat the soup. Alan's destroying Halloween. But I realized, no, that 7 cups is only for one thing of soup. I need 14 cups of stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, the soup stock pot I took out is not gonna hold that. Thank God. The last time my parents were down, they gave me this. This has been in our family for I don't even know how long. I grew up with this thing, and I wasn't quite sure if we were ever gonna need it. Well, I definitely need it today. Thank God I have this, or else we'd be doing 2 batches on the stove. It would be ridiculous. So I have a feeling we're gonna have, it's supposed to be 12 servings of soup. I don't know. It's gonna be a lot of soup, so we'll see what happens. I've had a total craving for bagels in the last week or so. I actually broke down and bought a bag. I can't really have bagels in the house because I end up eating a lot of them, so we don't get bagels a lot. And last Sunday was so good, I just went and bought a single bagel while we were at the grocery store. But today I'm like, no, I want to have a bagel with soup because I'm gonna try some of the soup for dinner tonight. So I bought a thing of bagels at the corner store. I didn't know if the corner store would have the bagels. My corner store is very suspect, like I'm sure a lot of corner stores are. Sorry, I'll tell you about that in a second. A lot of corner stores can be very suspect. With mine, you really have to pay attention to expiry dates. There is pop there that's been expired, like tonic water that's been expired since like last spring. I actually bought one, almost bought one accidentally, and sometimes you gotta be really careful. But she actually had a bag, whole wheat, so it's not the greatest, but you know what? It'll do for my, it'll do for my craving. Sorry, I just realized, I'm like, you have to pay attention to expiry dates, and I didn't even look at the expiry date because they were still pretty moist. November 11th, 2, 4, 6 bagels, and I'm pregnant. It'll be gone by then. But anyway, so yeah, I went over there, but they have the strangest things over at that convenience store. It is convenient. The last time I went over, I saw a pair of jeans there with a sales tag on, and then I went in today and there's like a sweater and some slippers and some bags. Like, she just buys the most random stuff. It's hilarious. But so I was being all like not paying attention because on my way back a kid came by and said, do you mind if I go into your backyard? I just saw a kid come out of your backyard and I just want to make sure no, they didn't do anything, which I thought was actually really sweet. So I said, yeah, go ahead. And then of course on his way back there, I'm like, wait a minute, what if he's going back there to do something bad? So all it was is our next door neighbor runs a daycare. Normally they're fine, and every once in a while in the summer you might see like a little frisbee go flying into the backyard. It's really not a big deal, but this year she got a trampoline. And now and she's put balls in the trampoline for the kids to have fun with. Well, when the older kids come after school, like now it's every day that we have these balls in our backyard, and quite frankly, I do not go back there every day anymore and put the balls back. It's not up to me. We're neighbors, we know each other. I'm fine if the kids just go back and pick it up themselves, and actually that's what the kids were doing because the balls have been back here for like a week, and quite frankly, I just don't think to do it. I see them there and I'm like, oh, maybe I'll go out later today and do it, and then I forget. Especially because it's getting colder out. We don't spend as much time in the backyard. So that kid was just going back there to, I can see them jumping around the trampoline with the ball. So that's all he was doing. So isn't that nice? The kid's back here just making sure that, because I saw him back there. I just never saw him leave, but he was actually back there just looking around and making sure that things were good. So we do have a pretty good neighborhood that way. It's really nice. I actually trust pretty much everybody in this neighborhood, which may be a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm having a bagel with some cream cheese. This is what my soup looks like at this point in time. It still has 20 minutes to simmer. Then I'm adding cannelloni beans. Cannellini beans to cannelloni. Isn't that a pasta? Anyway, I'm going to add some beans and some salt, lots of salt, and let it simmer for 20 minutes or 10 minutes, and then we're done. And then I'm gonna scoop it out, and then I'll save 2 portions, one for me and one for Alan, so we can at least try it, make sure we like it. And all the rest are going into the freezer for the new year. So this was so easy to make. I can't give you the recipe because it does come from a cookbook, but honestly, all it was is a whole lot of vegetable broth and chopped up vegetables and some beans, and that's it. And you simmer it for like an hour. Literally, that's it. So it's definitely something you can make again. And if it turns out well, I might actually make this one more time before the year is done. If it's that easy to do, if you're gonna make a double batch, you need a really, really big pot. But it does simmer down because a lot of it was just the spinach. It just had to simmer down. But I think it's gonna turn out really, really well. So yay! Second batch done. And so that's 20 days worth of soup. We're not even soup people, but well, I'm having more soup now, but we don't have soup that often. And then tomorrow I will make my butternut squash soup, and then we go on to two ziti's and a penne dish that I will make up over the next 3 weeks. Exciting. I've just sat down to have dinner and have my soup that I just made. The only garnish I needed to put on was a little bit of pesto, and it does call for some Parmesan, freshly grated Parmesan. I didn't have it, so I've decided not to worry about it. And now I'm gonna give it a try. See how much, like, there's a ton of vegetables in here. It created 12 very hearty portions, which is really nice. Gotta love that. So we're gonna see how this goes. Let me see if I can do this and look ladylike while I do it. That's really nice. I didn't overly do it on the salt because I like people to add their own salt, but I put just enough in there. And the pesto really gives it a bit of a kick too. So yet another really awesome recipe from Jack Bishop's The Complete Italian Vegetarian Cookbook. Highly recommend it. I'm not sure where Alan got it from. I think you might be able to get it on Amazon. Highly recommend it. I think there's only been one dish that I've made out of that entire book that I wasn't too impressed with. I don't even remember which one it was. Something about potatoes and tomatoes. Everything else has been amazing and so easy and simple to make. This had a lot of vegetables, but really it was just the cutting up of the vegetables, which you can do days in advance, and then all it is throwing it into a pot and letting it simmer for like an hour. So totally recommend that book. So I am going to finish that up. I'm going to watch some Sons of Anarchy, and I am going to chill out for the rest of the evening. So you guys have a great night, and my energy, as you can tell, has come back a bit. It's like I'm having a reverse day. Less energy in the morning, more energy in the evening. So hopefully I'll have more energy tomorrow because I'm going to make that butternut squash soup, which I think is going to be amazing. But then I'm still going to chill out a bit tomorrow because I need all the energy I can get, because on Sunday I'm going to a convention center with a bazillion moms and a bazillion children, and it's going to test my patience. So I will see you guys bright and early in the morning. Night.